Football Manager 2026 is shaping up to be a huge release. We've got a new engine, a new UI, women's football, but the little tweaks can make the biggest difference to how we actually play the game. So today I'm sharing 8 quality of life changes that I'd like to see in FM26. The little things that they probably won't even announce, but we might notice them once the game comes out. That's what we're looking at today. Hello folks, I'm Kev. If you are new to the channel, welcome along. I'm going to be posting daily FM26 videos from the moment early access lands, so make sure you are subscribed with your notifications on so you don't miss out on those. And if you're planning to grab FM26, don't forget you can use my pre-order link down in the description below and get the game cheaper than it is on Steam, still with that early access included, and help support the channel too. It's win-win. But enough of all that, let's crack on with my FM26 wish list. And like I say, these aren't the big headline features that are likely to announce. We already know what a lot of them are. We're getting the Unity engine, we're getting the new UI, we're getting women's football. This list is the smaller things that will just make the game run smoother, the things that we'll look back on in 6 months' time and be like, actually, you know what? This is much better than it was before, and I didn't even notice it straight away. And the first thing on this list that I want, obviously we've got the new UI, we know it's going to look different. I just want it to feel faster. I am excited for the redesign. I think what we've seen so far does look cool, but I don't really care what it looks like. What I actually want is for it to feel snappier and easier to get around. They've made good progress. The bookmarks, the shortcuts, I like all that. But I want to also see fewer nested menus. I want to reduce the number of clicks needed to get between matches. I struggle to even like fully articulate what it is I want, but I'll know it when I see it. And I know a lot of you want it and will know it when you see it as well. If you've played in a Football Manager, you know exactly what I mean. I want it to feel quicker and snappier. And that's probably why they can't announce something like that as a feature, because how on earth do they present that as a feature? It's going to feel quicker. What does that mean? Something they could probably announce, and hopefully will be in there, is better scouting and better data presentation. Scouting reports often feel like a spreadsheet exam. I just want a clear summary card, and we've seen little clues and snippets of this in some of the UI stuff we've already seen, but I just want clear info about the players' key stuff, a pros and cons list, maybe a scout rating on there. I just want to be able to glance at it and know if a player is good or not without having to interpret a bunch of numbers. Likewise, in the data hub, I've clicked on it once ever, probably. I want a reason to click on it. And me and the casuals, I want to be able to go on there and look at graphs, and graphs that I can easily interpret without needing a maths degree, and maybe integrate them in other parts of the game as well, so I don't have to click on the nerd tab because I want to feel like a cool guy. Basically, I want less reading, less faffing about, and more time just playing matches, but I don't want that to be at the expense of the game feeling dumbed down. And I realise all of that is quite a complicated thing to achieve. We probably won't get there in one go on one game, but I want to feel like we're moving towards that. I want to feel like there's the right amount of challenge without feeling like I've got to work too hard. Is that too much to ask for? And on that same vein, number 3, I want training to be simpler. Because training, I know training is very powerful, but it's very intimidating, and I haven't touched it in any way other than delegating it to my assistant manager in seriously years and years and years. I just don't do it. And if you must, by all means, leave that complicated version in for the tracksuit wearing nerds who love all that, but have something in there that's a bit in between for me, that's in between doing a complex schedule that I'm not interested in and just getting someone else to do it. Give me templates. We've got templates for tactics. We've got templates for scouting stuff. I want templates for training as well. I want to have, this is the week we're going to work on set pieces. This is the week we're going to work on pressing, or this is the week we're going to focus on developing some of our younger players. Let me give like an overview feel for the direction I want to go in without having to micromanage it. I think that's one of the most doable things I've requested so far. And it might actually convince me to click on the training menu if they implement it. And then, of course, we've got one that we've all been asking for the longest time. I don't think it's going to be any surprise that number 4 is I just want smarter AI transfers, smarter squad building, because every year we see the AI, do we call them AI clubs? The CPU clubs. We just see them hoarding left backs but not signing any strikers, or the opposite. And it's squad building by the computer is nonsensical. And I don't expect them to completely fix that in one version of the game, because it's probably too big a job to fix it all in one go. But I want to see that we're making progress towards it. I want more logical squad planning. I want the game to use the squad planner and the squad depth chart stuff the way we do. I want them to use loans properly. I want them to actually develop young players rather than having them rot away in the reserves and continuing to play a 39-year-old Marcus Rashford. And of course, the dream scenario is I want to get to the end of a save, retire my manager, holiday forward 5 years, and not see that they've completely ripped the team apart and replaced it with a bunch of bobbins, because that just doesn't seem necessary. Number 5, we've all been asking for forever. I think it's one of the most obvious ones that could be on this list, is just less repetitive media. Again, press conferences, they're rubbish. And they're one of those things that I haven't done for years. I just delegate it immediately and never look back. But if they had a bit more variety, maybe some more contextual questions, or filtering for only doing questions on certain topics, quick skipping stuff, just make them feel a little bit different, and that might encourage me to use them. I tell you what would also encourage me to use them, if I actually believe they made a difference, because I don't think they do, because I usually win at Football Manager and I haven't done a press conference in about 8 versions of the game. So I don't believe they make any difference at all. I think they go in the same category as touchline shouts. They're like the closed door button on an elevator. It makes you feel like you're doing something, but they've not even wired the button in. It's just there to give us something to click, to make us feel like we're doing something that's not actually happening. And I want less nonsense like that. If something doesn't actually make a difference, remove it completely or fix it so it does make a difference. I don't want placebo buttons anymore, because I want less clicks. And then item 6, we kind of need an improved squad planner. I'm one of the few people who actually quite likes the squad planner we've got at the moment, the one they added a few years ago, but even I acknowledge it does need some polish. It would be nice if we could filter it by ability and potential, plan multiple seasons properly rather than the weird version of that we've got at the moment. And I think it probably needs to be further integrated into scouting, into recruitment meetings. It could even be used to encourage people to do recruitment meetings, because apparently I'm the only person who doesn't skip those. It should be a living dashboard, though, that we're constantly referring to pretty much between every match, not just a thing that we set once a year and then don't look back at. That's not how it should be working. It should be a constant living document that reflects form, reflects fitness, reflects morale and changes. And it's not very useful at the moment. It could be more useful. Item 7 is one that I've been asking for years. That's just more shortcuts and less unnecessary grind. Couple of off the cuff examples. Give us a scout all button when you go to the next gen list. Don't make us scout each one of those players individually. When you've got a bunch of players that you want to offer trials to, let me offer trials to all of them in one go from the director of football. Don't make me go through and offer each one individually. That's stupid. Let me offer the whole of the youth squad out for loan at the same time. Give me a way to auto reject loan offers that are below a certain wage percentage. Give me a way to auto-reject transfers that are below a certain value. I just want to click less. And then number 8, maybe getting a little far-fetched. These might be ideas for FM37 rather than 27, 26. I don't even know what one we're on now. But I would like a few of these fun extras to start developing eventually, maybe. Dynamic kit updates each season would be fun. People ask for these quite a lot in my comments. I get it could be a problem from a licensing perspective, especially now they've got the Premier League license, the Champions League license. Messing around with kits could be problematic. But do I look like the Sports Interactive legal department? I can still want it, even if it's not possible. I'd also like a bit more board interaction. Make affiliate clubs easier, because at the moment it's kind of a nonsense. The stadium expansion stuff is a bit rubbish. I would like to have more of a say in stuff like that. I don't want a full-on Premier Manager style stadium designer, but I'd like a little bit more back and forth, a little bit more interaction, not just can I have a bigger stadium? Can I have improved training facilities? No, you can't. Okay. You know, we've got targets for when players are out on loan now. Maybe set a target for giving me a training ground. Oh, well, you can have a training ground if you're 50% under your transfer budget for the next 3 years. Or if you get promoted next year, we can up your youth development rating. Give me targets as manager to work towards to unlock the things that I want, not just no, okay, I'll ask you again in 3 months. No, I'll ask you again in 3 months. Oh, now it's yes. I don't know why, but now it's yes. That doesn't feel like a real relationship between me and the chairman. And I think it could. We could add that in. And there's probably loads more of things that I could mention that I'm not thinking of right now. So let me know which one of the ones that I've mentioned do you want most, or have I missed something that you think would make a huge difference? We're talking small changes that would make a big difference, not like stop Gegenpress from being so effective. That's a big change. I'm looking for small changes that will make a big difference. Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM26 content. And don't forget, you can pre-order FM26 with the link in the description below to save money and unlock that early access as soon as it drops. Thanks for watching, folks. And I will see you very soon for the next one.